Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla, and today's video we are going to talk about 3 books that I wish I could read again for the first time. The first book that I want to share with you guys that I would love to read for the first time again is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I first read this book in last year, actually. I read it early last year, and then I read the second book, Legendary. It was my final book of 2019, and then early this year I finished the series and read Finale, the final book in the Caraval trilogy. So Caraval follows a girl named Scarlett and her sister Tella, and they live on a tiny island. And there is this lore that every year a traveling circus comes to a different part of their world, and everybody who is invited gets to participate, and there is kind of a winner at the end, and the ringleader or the ringmaster of Caraval is named Legend, and he is a legend in this world. He has been around for a very long time, and nobody really knows who he is or really what he looks like. And so this story, we follow Tella, and her sister send, actually I think it's just Tella, sends a letter to Legend and says, please can you come to our island this year? I would love to participate, and I just would like you to be on our island. Well, they do get a letter from Legend, and it is an invitation to come to Caraval, but it is on a different island. And they have a very abusive father, and he says, no way. And so they escape and go to Caraval, and once they get there, Tella goes missing. And the idea for this Caraval is that Tella is locked in a tower, and the person who finds Tella is the winner of Caraval. And I cannot exactly remember what the winner receives, and Scarlett has the 5 nights of Caraval to find her sister, and every day there is just a different domino effect of something happening, and her struggling to figure out what is real and what is not real, who the players in Legend's game are, and just unraveling the theories and the lore of Caraval and of Legend. And I think these books are so absolutely magical. Legend and some of the other side characters are absolutely my favorite. I know a lot of people think that this book is slightly problematic in just how Scarlett and Tella interact with everybody else, but it's just, this book is mystical and magical, and I highly recommend it to everybody. I know that some people on BookTube have read it and they really didn't like it, but I think everybody should at least give it a try, and then if you do not like it, you at least tried it. But I highly recommend this book, and the idea of reading it again for the first time, like, there are so many surprises in here and so many things that caught me off guard, and so many characters that I just love, that I wish I could just wipe my brain and come back and go to this book and read it again and fall in love with all the characters. So please check it out. The second book that I have for you guys today is Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. I, obviously based on the like battered and bruised cover that I have read this a lot, and I have loved it a lot. So we follow a young girl who becomes a geisha, and basically girls who are geishas in this, their virginity is auctioned off to the highest bidder. They're trained to beguile the most powerful men. This book is, I remember reading this as a teenager, and it was very like traumatizing and beautiful and suspenseful, and I've seen the movie many times, but the movie does not even compare to how this book will make you feel. And I remember falling in love with every character, even if they were bad. The bad characters, there's just something about them that really like draws you to them, even in the way that the geisha talks about them. And you know that they're bad, but there's just something about them that you want to know more. And I really think Memoirs of a Geisha is a classic novel that everybody needs to read and just learn about the geisha culture and what it is like to be a geisha. The only thing is, I know some people, again, with like problematic things, some people didn't like this book because it was written by a white man. But from what I remember, I didn't realize that. And I guess I didn't realize that because when I read this book, I was 15 and didn't think of things like that. But yeah, keeping this list very short. I could name so many things, but we wanted to be short today. So the last book I have is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I read this again at 15. Two of these books I read at 15 and need to reread and pretend I'm reading it for the first time. But this book follows Tate and Miles, and when Tate meets Miles, she is fascinated about him and really wants to know about him, but she's also not looking for a relationship, I believe. And so she gets with Tate and they have a sexual friends with benefits relationship, only there are two rules. Tate is not allowed to ask about Miles' past, and Tate is also not allowed to expect a future with Miles. And that is all really I remember about this book, but I know in true Colleen Hoover fashion, there are twists and turns and smuttiness everywhere. And if you look on my Goodreads, my review for this book when I did read it was ugly love, ... more like ugly crying. So I obviously enjoyed this book a lot, and it gave me a lot of the feelings that I probably should not have felt at 15 reading this book. But that's my life. So I just wanted to give you guys 3 short books that I wish I could read for the first time again, and maybe next time we can revisit this video with 3 more books that I wish I could read for the first time. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know some books that you wish you could reread for the first time again. And I will see you guys later. Bye.